Fortunately, I gotta spoil the ending of this video right here. At least there is a bright side, at least of this story right here. The guy who ambushed and critically injured the partner of the rookie cop that he ended up slaying is dead. Thankfully for that, but I mean, LaShawn McNeil, the 47-year-old career criminal, stop me if you've heard this before, ambushed two NYPD officers, killing one and wounding the other, died from his injuries Monday. Thank you very much. But yeah, I mean, who could have possibly seen this coming? Like, doesn't that look like a compassionate, well-meaning face right there? 47-year-old convicted gunman and career criminal who ambushed two NYPD officers last Friday night in Harlem, killing one and wounding another before a third hero cop shot him, has died from his injuries. I'm sure that cop who shot him probably going to be facing charges. It's New York after all. LaShawn McNeil, who couldn't afford an additional A, so that name looks retarded, who was in critical condition. Why did you even waste the ICU resources? Aren't there just people flooding the hospital? Died Monday afternoon at Harlem Hospital. The career criminal was shot in the head and right arm by Officer Sumit Sulan. That's why this isn't getting much coverage. After he ambushed two officers who were responding to a 911 call from McNeil's mother, who was pleading for help at her Harlem apartment. Newlywed cop Jason Rivera, 22, was shot and killed, and Wilbert Mora, 27, was critically injured in the ambush. McNeil's mother, Shirley Speaks Out, spoke to the New York Post on Monday, just hours before her son died, and said she wishes she never made the 911 call that led to the deadly ambush. Let's see what's going on here. If I knew, I would have never made the phone call, said the mom, who said her son was mentally unstable. I would have never have called. Why? Because your son sucks? Okay, you should be a little bit more explanatory. I would like to say to Mr. and Mrs. Rivera that I'm deeply sorry. Oh, okay, cool. So she's taking the right side on this. She added through the tears, I know that there are not words that I can express your pain, your sorrow. Me and my family are not proud of my son taking of life. Again, grammar. There's nothing to say to heal your sorrow, but God is a comforter. And I know that he sent your son to do his will, he said. Oh, she said, addressing Rivera's parents. I don't understand it. It's not fair. My heart goes out to you and your family. Oh, that's actually very heartfelt statement. Okay. Like, again, if she made a phone call because somebody was going to end up dead, importantly, probably her in this situation. I mean, I guess she didn't know that she would be making a trade that night, but fuck. That sucks. NYPD call logs painted a harrowing picture of the final moments of the rookie cop who was shot dead while responding to a domestic violence call out in Harlem that night. When Rivera, Mora, and a third officer arrived at the McNeil house, the mother was in the front room with another son. She said that her threatening son was in the back room, and so Rivera and Mora approached the room along a narrow 30-foot hallway. The third officer remained with the mother and her son after Rivera and Mora walked into the front of the apartment down the narrow hallway to check on McNeil. He swung open a bedroom door and began shooting. He just began blasting. Both officers were gunned down before they could pull out their weapons and defend themselves, police said. Oh, fuck. As McNeil tried to flee, a third officer who stayed with McNeil's mother in the front apartment shot at McNeil and wounded him in the head and arm, NYPD Chief of Detectives James Essig said. McNeil was well known to officers who were last called to the house. A domestic violence call in August, had previously been arrested in New York in 2003, on felony narcotics charges, and was out on probation. He also had 4 other arrests in 2 different states. Wow, another crazy person who was out on other charges. Who knew? That's a new story that you don't hear all the time. So apparently all of this stemmed over an argument that McNeil had with his mother over veganism. Oh, another crazy vegan. Well, at least only one died in this one, not 6 million. NYPD senior officials told NBC that McNeil had moved in with his mother. Okay, because this is so poorly written. Fucking Christ. With his sources. Okay, cool. At her Harlem apartment in November of 2021 and had tried to convert his family to share his beliefs. Have you heard about the good word of veganism? No, because eventually people go fucking crazy. He had shared a controversial music video in 2014, depicting officers getting gunned down and footage of police brutality against black men as two rappers appear holding guns to the head of his stoic white officers. They sing time to start the killings. Oh, to kill these coppers. Okay, cool. Taking life advice from a fucking rap video. Music video, Hands Up by Uncle Murda and Mano, whatever, was posted as a tribute to Eric Garner. One of the initial misinformation cases that started all this nonsense. A black man who was choked to death by a white NYPD officer whose cries, "I can't breathe," became a rallying cry for Black Lives Matter movement. Didn't happen. Along with the video, McNeil shared a slew of conspiracy theory posts and videos on Facebook page which warned of a coming race war. Cool. Was he watching, if he was talking about an impending war in the nation, was he watching a lot of Tim Pool videos? That McDonald's conducted blood sacrifices. Okay. That black people were aliens. Ibram X. Kendi videos, and that the UN had established a global army to bring about a new world order. Now listen, I think that the UN are evil, and the fact is, if you're looking at overarching world unions, it's the European Union, my dude, who is actually trying to make their own army. So if you're going to be going down the disinformation rabbit hole, you should probably check your sources. But that's all right. He stopped sharing his conspiracy theory posts by early 2015. Oh, so he was reformed and then he just decided to delve into the world of veganism. All right then. Third of these incidents is it was the third incident in less than 72 hours involving NYPD officers getting shot in the line of duty following an incident in the Bronx late on a Tuesday night, and another officer shot early Thursday morning in Staten Island. Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, an ex-NYPD officer. Funny thing about him, he's always actually been like a police activist. Okay, he was a commissioner in, I forget, Brooklyn or the Bronx or something retarded like that. Not saying that the Bronx or Brooklyn are retarded, but just his position. He was always in charge of a specifically black contingent of officers, and he was always race baiting out there. So him being a law and order candidate was again obfuscated by the fact that he was just more of an advocate than an actual officer, or somebody who was down there trying to do anything for substantive change, by the way. But where you put your so, New York, keep voting blue, right? Who only took office 3 weeks ago, angrily declared that at the hospitals that the violence must stop. It is our city against the killers. Not just an attack on these three brave officers, it's an attack on the city of New York. No, I think it's an attack on the officers, but whatever. The officers' deaths are the first under Adams, who was elected in part to combat the city's surging crime, which he has failed to do, and also appoints and supports district attorneys that don't want to prosecute anything short of announced videotaped murders. They are the fourth and fifth officers shot so far this year. By comparison, last year, a total of 10 police officers were shot in the entire state of New York. So yeah, I stand by my assessment on that one. Patrick Lynch. Oh yeah. President of the Police Benevolent Association, the largest municipal police union in the world, representing 50,000 active and retired officers, excoriated the city's leaders for not doing enough. Lynch had been highly critical of the new Manhattan district attorney. Oh, speak of the fat fucking devil. A type 2 diabetic devil, Alvin Bragg, who announced on taking office at the beginning of the month that he would not prosecute certain crimes. We went over that extensively, but just as a refresher course, Lynch said on January 4th that he had serious concerns about the message these types of policies send to both police officers and criminals on the street. Yeah, so if you do crimes, we're just not going to prosecute them. So if they're not really being prosecuted, are they really crimes after all? But it's not just a problem for New York police officers. No. It's happening down there in Texas. Basically the exact same thing. Circumstances might be a little bit different, but it was another ambush that happened in a really blue district, Harris County. Ended up with a Texas deputy shot and killed during a traffic stop in an ambush attack. The constable said that the slain deputy did not have an opportunity to defend himself in this brutal attack. No shit. Texas deputy was shot and killed in the line of duty overnight Sunday in the residential neighborhood of the Southwest Houston during a traffic stop. Harris County Precinct 5 Corporal Charles Galloway, 47. Wow, the same age of the last asshole who fucking shot the place up. No correlation, I'd imagine. was killed after the gunman opened fire and shot the deputy multiple times. Authorities are still searching for the driver responsible in this ambush attack. The fatal shooting occurred at 12:45 a.m. Sunday morning in the 9100 block of Beechnut. Sounds lovely. Police say Galloway had pulled a car over and the driver exited the vehicle. That's not what you're supposed to do. That's when the driver then fired gunshot. He started blasting towards Galloway's police cruiser, striking the deputy repeatedly, according to law enforcement. But I see in different shows that all of the windows in the police cruiser are bulletproof. I've watched a lot of police drama shows that inform my opinion, so that's not the case. That couldn't have happened. Almost like what's dramatized on TV isn't fucking real life. Weird. KHOU 11 showed aerial footage from Air 11 over Galloway's patrol vehicle. There were multiple bullet holes visible in the windshield. The outlet reported, yeah, you can see a still frame of the video that's right there. Prayers for the deputy's family and his brothers and sisters in blue. Galloway's precinct tweeted hours Sunday morning announcing the deputy's death. Yeah, how about getting to the bottom of this and finding that fucker who shot him? How about that? Houston Police Department is leading the investigation. Police have released a description of the suspect at large. I'd imagine it's probably pretty vague. You could probably take a look at the dash cam, get a license plate number, but fat chance is probably stolen. Authorities are searching for a young Hispanic male driver in the greater Houston area. A Hispanic male? No, couldn't possibly be happening. In a white Toyota Avalon, a newer model. Oh, okay. Galloway has served Harris County for over 12 years and joined the precinct 5 in 2009. He's also instructed new recruits as a field training officer. Yep, it's always the good ones. Heap emphasized that the fallen deputy did not have the opportunity to defend himself in this brutal attack. Yeah, because if he just pulled him over and then he just started blasting, no shit. Ambush-style attacks on law enforcement officers have increased in recent months. The number of police officers killed in the line of duty last year hit record highs as law enforcement faces staffing shortages and skyrocketing crime rates. And that's apparently a sad fucking fact that the White House has to reconcile with. White House admits skyrocketing crime due to underfunding of police departments. Yeah, but defund the police, racism, systemic racism, that's the real problem. It's these killer cops that are out there just waving their guns around. Oh, but what happens when the police officers, at least the ones that are left and the ones that remain, get shot in the fucking dome piece? Yeah, hopefully nobody's paying attention, but we keep defunding the police department. We keep undercutting our faith in them. Yeah, that's probably the problem, actually. So, like always, I really wish we had more uplifting stories to end the day on, but that should get your Monday off to a ripper and start right. Right? Yeah, no, of course not. With that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.